Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope your morning is going great. Mine's been really awesome. I'm feeling good, and today we have another great video. We're talking more about the Dallas Fuel, and we're also talking about the Seoul Dynasty. One of their main supports and shot callers, Gambler, has just retired from professional Overwatch. We'll dive all up into that situation, but before that, as I said, we are talking about the Dallas Fuel. We have a clip of OGE talking about COCO, and him saying personally he believes that COCO is a better Reinhardt than him, or at least during stage 4, COCO was better than him. And this definitely sparks an interesting conversation, whether or not COCO is going to stay with the Dallas Fuel. Is he going to be traded? Is he going to be dropped? Because the juice has to be coming sooner or later. They did say this week, and there's like 2 or 3 days left in this week, so will we be seeing COCO on the roster, or will he be gone? I mean, if OGE, their main starting tank, believes that COCO is better than him at Reinhardt, then you think maybe they'd want to keep him on standby, just as a sub. And then doing a little digging, I found this clip from a little over a month ago from Aero's stream where he explains how important the subs on the Dallas Fuel are to their team. He goes in depth, and pretty much every time Aero speaks about the Dallas Fuel, he gives out some great knowledge. But the main point of this clip is him saying that every single member on the team is so important, even if they're a sub or starter. He makes them all play in practice as if they are starting. So for this reason, it kind of seems like Aero might not want to get rid of any players, because honestly they're only sitting at a 9-man roster right now. They can still afford to pick up 3 more players, maxing out at 12. So I could definitely see this happening. We're going to talk about this entire topic, guys. And then lastly, guys, we are going to be looking at a tweet from Benchmob. Now, these guys have been involved in Overwatch eSports. They have their own website. It's a pretty good one. They do coverage here and there, and they're saying that there is going to be a ton of news. I mean, like, just absolute game-changing news coming up in the next 48 hours and the next week. I'm talking every single team dropping news, expansion teams, Overwatch League news, a whole bunch of stuff, guys. It's going to be insane. If you're excited to watch this video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe for more daily content, turn notifications on, and you'll never miss a video. And now, without further ado, let's hop into this. So as I mentioned earlier, OGE did say that he thinks COCO is a better Reinhardt than him, or he did previously. Let's go ahead and roll that clip from OGE's stream.
When Edo joined our team, I mean, COCO is better than COCO line is better than me, but COCO line is better than me, but I didn't play a long time, so I need time. So I said, Edo, I think COCO is better than me, Reinhardt, but Edo say, I think you can if you play more. I mean, if you practice hard, I think you can be very good Reinhardt. And he said that. So I play hard, then I will get this. I got it.
So there it is, guys. OGE saying that COCO was once a better Reinhardt than him, and it's possible that he could be better right now. And he even told the head coach Aero this, but Aero had faith in OGE. He told them that I believe you'll be a better Reinhardt with practice, so just keep putting the time in, putting effort in. And then OGE, he accepted what Aero said. He was like, all right, if I just practice, I become a little bit better, I'll be on top of my game and better than COCO. Well, OGE obviously ended up proving himself as one of the better main tanks in the league and really good at Reinhardt. So it seems like Aero did, at the end of the day, make the better call here, listening to his gut, saying that, no, OG, if you keep practicing, you'll be better. And this is fantastic and all, but what makes this clip so interesting is Aero, a month and a half ago on his stream, was talking about the substitutes and how valuable they are to his team. And one of the subs he mentioned multiple times in this clip is COCO. Let's go ahead and roll it.
One of the big post-Moneyball realizations in baseball has been that the role of the manager is so incredibly important, not necessarily in terms of tactical innovation, individual skill training, but in terms of keeping the team collectively pulling in the same direction, making sure they feel involved and important, even if they aren't a starter. So not a starter. Do you think that applies to Overwatch coaching as well? Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things that I made our players do, that the ones that weren't starting, and so this is something that I would recommend if you're not starting, if you're a bench player on any team, if you're a sub, if you're a specialist. If you're not starting, show up to every practice, spectate every scrim, do your research, do your homework. On game day, show up in uniform, show up with your gear ready to play, because it shows that, you're still working with the team, you're still learning with the team, you're still a part of the team. It doesn't matter if you're starting or not. I always allow all of our subs to bring forth concepts, bring forth ideas or tweaks or whatever they want to bring to the table. Like, I allow for discussion. I let them talk to each other. You know, COCO didn't really start for Fuel this stage, but he was still with us in scrims. He was still there. He still worked with OGE. Like, that's what you want to see with a sub player, even if they're not starting, because it shows me that they're still invested in the team, that you're still invested in being a starter. And if you're a coach, you absolutely should make your players be there and be a part. Now, I will let them, for example, like play comp if it's a second scrim of the day. Like if they're playing comp, that's fine, as long as they're in at least if they have 2 scrims of the day, I want them to in at least one, and you can be in comp but still like join and when you're in between stuff, join and watch and be involved. I still want you involved. I still want you there. If you look at every single one of the Around the Watch videos, COCO, Chips, even when Unko wasn't starting, even when AKM wasn't starting, all of them were there in the dugout, ready to go. Even if they weren't going to be pulled for it. They were still there, and I made them be there. It's extremely important for your team environment.
So as I said already, Arrow dropping knowledge every time he talks. The guy's really smart, and this does show that maybe the Dallas Fuel might not get rid of any players going into this next season. After Siegel's retirement, that brought them down to 9 players. That means they can fit 3 more before they max out at 12. For some reason, I never really counted the Dallas Fuel players. I just assumed they had like 11, only 1 short of the max after Siegel retired. I guess it makes sense though. They did lose Siegel, they did lose XQC, and they also lost Rascal. So the fact that they have a lot of open space and Arrow thinks these players are super valuable to the team, I don't know if they're going to get rid of Chips and COCO now. I think they might just keep them for the future and for subs. And then we'll see probably 2 to 3 more players join the roster in this offseason. So that's pretty much it for the Dallas Fuel, guys. Expect the announcement coming soon. They have to be one of the teams dropping news in the next 48 hours. I mean, Mike Raphael, the owner, literally did promise that we would get the juice before the end of the week. And it's getting there, guys. We're on Friday now. Where's the juice at? I'm a little frustrated. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. And we're talking about the Seoul Dynasty, and it's another sad day, guys. We were talking about Siegel earlier and his retirement. Well, the next player just retired from the Overwatch League, and it's going to be Gambler from the Seoul Dynasty. They posted this on their official Twitter. Gambler will be retiring as an active player of Seoul Dynasty and becoming a professional streamer within Gen G eSports. We thank him for being with us during the Overwatch League 2018 season. We wish him the luck with his career as a streamer. So there it is, guys. Gambler retiring from the Overwatch League after getting picked up mid-season. It seems like he's just done already. Maybe he doesn't want to play. Maybe he's stressed out. I don't know. There could be any reason as to why Gambler wants to retire. But the interesting thing is that Seoul Dynasty did acquire him during the midseason so we could help them with their shot calling. Seems like Toby might not have been the best shot caller, and if you tie that into the fact that Toby had a wrist injury pretty much the entire season, the guy was just a hindrance for the Seoul Dynasty. It made complete sense that Seoul Dynasty probably wanted to pick up a new player in that role, and they did that. And now that Gambler is gone, that leaves Toby as the only main support in this league, who historically was insane at Lucio, but I think failed to adapt a little bit in this new meta of Mercy alongside shot calling. So those were his main issues. And the Seoul Dynasty have their eyes on another player, which is definitely possible. There's some really good main supports in Korean contenders right now. One specifically being Koma from Kong de Panthera. That guy was absolutely insane. Now, if the Seoul Dynasty didn't acquire Fisher in the offseason, I would have said they're going to need a shot caller. I don't know why they just got rid of their player that's probably the best shot caller on the team. Well, they have Fisher now, who expressed that he does want to be the shot caller for the team and that he did most of the shot calling on the LA Gladiators. So maybe Fisher will be the shot caller and Toby can just relax, focus on his mechanics in the game for himself only, rather than overall as a team. Regardless, I think that's the plan Seoul Dynasty will go for. Fisher's the new shot caller and they're going to pick up a solid main support from Contenders Korea. That's pretty much it for this news though, guys. Rest in peace, Gambler. I hope you have a great streaming career. It was fun seeing you play a little bit in the league, and prior to the league, you were definitely extremely dominant too. And now let's go ahead and take a look at this tweet from Benchmob Dave, because it is juicy as hell, guys. He said this: expecting several noteworthy Overwatch League stories to drop over the next week, possibly even 1 or 2 in the next 48 hours. Working with others to gather details, both roster and expansion news will share upon confirming. Also, major announcements for the league on the horizon as well. Holy hell, boys. I hope he's right, because offseason so far has been super dry. There's hardly been any juice. Siegel retired, and That's all I even remember, dude, honestly. Oh yeah, Fisher went to Seoul Dynasty. That's it. Two big things happened so far. Yeah, Gambler retired. He's not really like that big of a deal. Seoul Dynasty choked in stage 1. Nothing big has happened. And he's saying that everything big is about to happen. And oh my gosh, guys, my mouth is wide open for that juice. Gimme, boys. I cannot wait. If you're excited for all the juice, guys, be sure, drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, stay notified, click notifications on. You'll never miss a video and you'll get updated as soon as possible whenever any news drops. And I guess that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.